Hi, this is Keith Furrow with the Keith Furrow team. Today what I wanted to talk to you about was the question, is the American dream still alive? And in my perspective, what is that American dream? American dream to me is the home with the white picket fence that you own, that you have a steady payment, you know how much, your taxes may change each year and your insurance may change a little, but basically your payment is stable from year to year. And once you've adjusted to it with your family, it's something you can count on. And I would say, yes, it's still alive. It's a great thing. We've seen a huge shift towards people renting versus buying, and some of that has been out of necessity because in the last downturn there were a lot of people who were in a position where they had to short sale or give up their property and they didn't qualify for a home. So in that process they had to rent. Now, make no mistake about this. I've had rental properties. We sell a lot of rental properties, and we manage rental properties. And or landlords are going to raise the rent when they can. The market's going to determine that, and you may have two pieces of property, and maybe one you're renting, one you're buying. It's $800 a month. Well, 4 years later, the payment's $800 a month, or roughly at that for the one that's buying it. The one that's renting it may be $1,000. There's no tax deduction. You can't put the pictures on your walls unless you get permission. You can't paint it the way you want to. You can't put a swing set, or you can't move a fence or not put a fence, or change the grass, or you add a pool, don't add a pool. All the things about home ownership that give you the right, you can't do with a lease. And then in addition to that, you can't deduct the interest. It won't depreciate it. And if you look up wealth in our country, you'll find that most of the wealth, and we're talking, obviously in the last few years, there's been some people who made a lot of money on some great ideas. But in general, historically, for far back as you can look, wealth is made through owning property, long-term appreciation. Now, I get arguments from people who say, well, this last downturn, people lost money. And that is true. A lot of people did. But the thing is, if you followed the flow chart and you were conservative, there wasn't a loss. Matter of fact, in many markets, if you followed that straight left to right line, a lot of markets are still undervalued. Now, we've got an adjustment going on right now. And this is the latter part of 2013. It is, we are in the third week of October, and we've seen a dramatic shift in the market, huge shift, and the shift is going back towards buyers. Now, in the Navarre market, which is one of our major markets in Northwest Florida, we're running about 6.15 months of supply of homes. Now, again, hyperlocally, one neighborhood may be higher than another, but that's basically the Navarre market. The Gulf Breeze is very healthy. It's running about 5.2 months of supply, which means that if 10 homes sell in a particular area, there are 50 homes available right now. So that gives you kind of an idea. Now, other parts of Northwest Florida are as high as nearly 8 months of supply. And that's a huge change from April when we were at 5. And it's interesting, I've been reporting on this for the last 4 or 5 months that we've seen a nudge up each few weeks or every month. And now all of the media that I'm seeing is coming out saying, sales are down, it's flattening out, it's moving towards a buyer's market. Now, what you have to realize is that when it comes to understanding data and the market conditions, a lot of these great companies that manage this research, they're 2, 3, 4 months behind. The beauty of someone hyperlocal is we can tell you up to the day, what it was as of yesterday. The thing about predicting markets, it's like driving a car with a rearview mirror. We're always looking at what it was yesterday, and a good realtor is going to be able to tell you where it's going in the future. And at least out a month, 2 months, it's about the best we can predict. And right now, the shift is definitely towards buyer. Another thing I want to tell you is the interest rates are pretty steady. They're running about 4.25 for a 30-year fix, and that's still outstanding. It's steady right about there. It's bouncing up and down, but that's pretty good, and that's for an FHA VA loan. Again, if you want much more detailed information, please call us at Keith Furrow and Associates, and we'd be happy to help you. Have a great day.